Hello everyone, Giovanna speaking. Today in this video we're gonna use some old 30 by 30 centimeters papers, alcoholinks, my new stencil, Secret Garden Gates stencil, and acrylic paint. You can use a stencil in many ways. One of them is just sponging acrylic paint or even your favorite ink like distress oxide through a sponge. These are my favorite metallic paint by PBO. So all you have to do is just put some paint on the sponge and press the sponge through the stencil. It's better to put some masking tape to keep the stencil in place. Well, sometimes I just forgot it. This is not a very quick technique, but you have much control over what you are doing. And now this is a piece of masking tape, okay, very needed. And you can be very precise. You know, the trick for not leaking the paint underneath the stencil is to use as little as possible paint on your sponge. You can have a very nice blending using this technique. And now some purple paint. These are just a Liquitex paint, also one of my favorite brands out there. And now see how we just sponge, tap, and we almost done. Always use very little quantity of paint. We almost done. You can even use a stencil brush. I really recommend to have at least one in your stash. They are very precise and perfect for detailed stencils. Okay, and now the big reveal. Peel off the masking tape and finish, voila! Finish where the masking tape was on the right. This is very nice. And now, like everyone knows, my favorite stencils, my favorite technique, pardon, with my beloved Gelli plate. So now I'm using a very dark acrylic paint, black paint, but you can use also blue or dark violet. Press your patterned paper. Press very well. So this is very detailed stencil, and voila. Well, the truth is I don't like what I got, but it's okay. Then lift the stencil, press another piece of paper, and voila, you have a negative. I like very much the negative one. Now I try again because I didn't like the first one with a different stencil and different paper, lighter this time. Press very well. Okay, I still don't like it. I clean with copy paper and then the sponge through the stencil like I did on the first technique with metallic paint. Lift the stencil and press the paper. It's not perfect, but you can fix with some black pencils. Here are more prints that I made before. And now another technique is using acetate and alcohol inks. Lay the stencil over the acetate and sprinkle some alcohol inks and let it dry some hours or overnight. This is one of my favorite techniques out there. Leave the stencil and, well, I'm not happy as usual because I didn't use enough alcohol ink, but you can sponge again some dark acrylic paint through the stencil and fix it a little bit. Nothing is perfection, you know, but you can always fix it and make it likable for you. Now I'm pretty happy and I start to cut my gates, all of them. leaving a little flap on the sides or both sides. It depends on your idea, on your main idea about this this project. It was meant to be a booklet. I don't know how it ended up in a very weird card. These are my gates ready, cut and ready, and folded on the sides. So now I pile them all along with a base, and I glue them together because I'm going to cut in the middle. So they have to be perfectly aligned. So I glue them along the folded side. Okay, align very well if possible. Also the one that is the cover of the card, of this weight card, and let it dry a little bit before to cut. Okay, when it's dry you can cut with X-Acto knife and a metallic ruler. Le voilà! They are almost perfect aligned. It's okay if not perfectly aligned. And now I add the acetate piece. Okay, I put the glue on the wrong side, but you need it in both sides. Okay, align and then add the base. These are very old paper. This one is from Cosmo Cricket, very old. And now the card finished. I embellished a little bit with some breads and some images from Stamperia. Okay, and the acetate, I really like the effect, and Alice in Wonderland inside. I hope you enjoyed the video and ciao!